All right, we'll get to more phone calls coming up. Poll question, Seton, before we get to Jamal Crawford.
Well, we're going to throw up there player with the most pressure in the NBA playoffs, Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brunson, Joel Embiid.
Okay, most pressure. Well, let me start there with Jamal Crawford, the Turner Sports NBA analyst and 3-time Sixth Man of the Year award winner. Great to see you again, Jamal. Player who has the most pressure on him in the playoffs is?
Ooh, damn, that's a good one. I won't say the most pressure, but what I will say is the person who could probably change their legacy a lot more is probably Kevin Durant. I think a lot of people give him a lot of crap for the Golden State move, even though he was the Finals MVP. For both years they won the championship. So I would love to see those guys win it because I think for a lot of people it would make them look at his career totally different.
We don't even talk about the Phoenix Suns as being threatening. Why is that?
Because they've been so up and down throughout the year, but they're really built for the playoffs. I'm seeing with them now. When Durant first came, they were using their individual talents, but it's more off the flow of the offense. And then they went through a rocky patch where it looked like it was more a little disjointed. Now it seems like they're getting it back. Bradley Beal's been great as the third option. There's times he's the first option while he's out there. I think Phoenix is built for the playoffs. They could have a deep, deep run.
I think Jason Tatum has the most pressure because they've been to the finals before. They look like they got an easy path in the Eastern Conference with everybody injured. We were waiting for the Joker to win his title. He won his title. I would say Embiid has a lot of pressure, but he's coming back after the injury. But I would think the Celtics and Tatum probably have as much pressure than anybody else.
They've definitely set it up that way with Tatum accomplishing so much at a young age. And then you look at the Celtics, they're 5 and their top 6 have been terrific all year. I always say the Celtics' biggest opponent could be themselves because when they're up 15 or 20, they're like Mike Tyson. They'll knock you out. The ball's hopping. Everything's working. But when the tight games come, they resort back to kind of doing the one-on-one and the ball slows down, the game bogs down. And that's their biggest Achilles heel to me is trust when the games are the tightest.
How much pressure is on Jalen Brunson? You played in New York, 4 or 5 years? They're playing Philadelphia. They're the number 2 seed. How much pressure?
I don't think there's a lot of pressure on him. I think, honestly, it'll be the other guys who step up that can help him and help the team. If I'm a team, I'm not letting Brunson just play one-on-one game after game after game. He's proved he can beat you. So I'm sure they're going to see different coverages, bigger defenders, double teams, and when he has to get rid of the ball, can those other guys consistently make shots? I think that would be the difference between the Knicks making a big run or not. They've already overachieved getting the number 2 seed with a hurt Julius Randle, so I'm not sure there's pressure on him right now.
We had a discussion on the show, and we were talking about the most entertaining players in NBA history. I don't know if you heard about it, but
I did not hear about this.
Okay, your name came up. One of our Danettes, Marvin. But in fact, here's the conversation, Jamal. Just so you know, full transparency, not trying to hide anything. This is our back and forth. Yes, Marvin.
Not a great player, but entertaining. Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, he's not in there.
Jamal Crawford's not entertaining.
Not with these guys. I mean, you're going to die on that hill alone.
Come to my funeral.
No.
Speaking of funerals.
Jamal's not even going to die on that hill with
entertaining?
you. Entertaining?
I didn't say great.
No.
I didn't say great.
Jamal Crawford was a great shooter.
Great ball handler.
Great shooter. Great shooter. Wasn't good enough to start.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay. So, who are you mad at? Are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you at all, but I'm rolling with Marvin. I'm dying on the hill with him.
Okay. All right. So you're on the hill with Marvin. Okay. This is what we did. So we had Tim Legler on, and he said Caitlin Clark's one of the top 5 most entertaining players. And you're throwing in Kobe, you're throwing in Mike, throwing in Magic, Dr. J. And then Marvin brought up your name as the next group. And I said, no, that I didn't say that you weren't great, but it's like, are you more entertaining than Dominique Wilkins?
No, I'm not more entertaining. I can see why you looked at him crazy after that list of names, and I get it now. I get it.
Okay. But I just want you to know, You were instant offense. Marvin is showing me YouTube clips here, reminding me alley-oop to Blake Griffin and breaking people down off the dribble. I got that. Are you more entertaining than White Chocolate?
No, but I think we're in the same realm.
Okay.
And I'm a White Chocolate fan. I think he has some of the best handles ever. But I would say we're in the same realm as far as entertainment.
Okay. Who else would you put in there? Most entertaining players of all, like Vince Carter is in there. Most entertaining. Penny Hardaway, Iverson. There's so many players that are. I mean, it's not a negative to not make that top 10 list.
No. Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry,
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady. I think Penny, Shaq is entertainment. Like there was. Obviously, Kobe, his box office, and there's so many people. I think Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was entertaining. I think Nick Van Axel was. There's a lot of guys for sure. Aaron Davis.
Mahmoud, it felt like he had that first crossover that I remember. I know Hardaway got credit for having a great, but Mahmoud when he was at LSU, he was scary. Led the nation in scoring.
I talked to Shaq. He said at LSU, he looked at Mahmoud, Chris Jackson at the time, like a god. He was like, I was scared to talk to him because he was that big on campus. Absolutely.
But that was a crossover move.
Yes. His ball fakes after he shot it, the way his quick release, the way he embarrassed defenders, his footwork. He absolutely is one of the most entertaining.
What was it like, though, when you go into a game and you're expected to score? So there's pressure that this is what you do. One of the best sixth men in the history of the sport. But that I got to turn it on as soon as I get in while everybody else has been playing for, a few minutes.
It was definitely fun because you had that freedom, but it was pressure. I look at it like maybe a kickoff return guy. He can run deep every time. They're just loaded up in the end zone. Like, we know he's going to get back here somehow. You still have to find a way. So for me, I was actually playing the game while on the bench. I'm watching the game. Oh, they're playing this with this coverage. Oh, okay, they're doing that. They already took away this from Chris, or they took away this from JJ. I have to absolutely counter it before I even have to use it. So I was playing the mental game and putting myself in the game while I was on the bench, and I think that helped me have some success. And then I tricked myself that I was Superman coming in. Like, they're showing now Superman has come to save the day, and I just had a heightened confidence. And for me, once I got on that role, some magic happened at times.
All right. Well, we wanted to have you on, talk a little NBA, but we also wanted to have you on to make sure you understood that full, transparency here, that we called you a great player. I just didn't have you as one of the most entertaining players of all time.
See, I have it flipped. For me, I think I'm more entertaining than great. So I think there's definitely an entertainment value there.
Wait, you want to be...
When I played, I wasn't the greatest player. I had holes.
Okay, wait. So you want to be entertaining, not great?
No, I think I was closer to entertaining than great. I know I wasn't great, but I think I was really good at what I did, and I think I was the entertainment part. I think is kind of undeniable. So I'm on that hill with Marvin.
Maybe you could give him your New York Knicks jersey there behind you. That'd be a nice parting gift. That Marvin is dying on that hill with you. Yes, Marvin.
Absolutely, Marvin.
Hey, Jamal. I always say you were one of those sound effects guys. Like when somebody's describing Jamal Crawford, hey, Crawford will go up to the top of the key and ha, whap. Like you were one of those guys.
Hey, Mark, when I see people on the street, they try to do my own move on me. I've been practicing this move forever. They try to do the move on me. I know it's coming, but that part is part of the entertainment value for sure.
Oh, that's great. Oh, you're one of our favorites. Thank you, Jamal. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime, DP.
That's Jamal Crawford, Turner Sports NBA analyst and former sixth man of the year. Won it 3 times. All right, Marv.